and Google plans to invest up to $40 billion in Anthropic while supporting the AI company's growing computing needs, according to a Bloomberg report. The report said Alphabet's Google unit is prepared to invest $10 billion immediately at a $350 billion valuation for Anthropic. And X has officially launched XChat, its standalone messaging app, to the public on Friday. The app is initially available on iOS devices and allows users to connect with their X contacts for messaging, file sharing, audio and video calls, and group chats. And England Test captain Ben Stokes has drawn attention for a noticeable change in his appearance following recent facial surgery after featuring in a new media video ahead of the international summer on home soil. The video, and posted on Toyota UK's official Instagram account in collaboration with England Cricket, showed Ben Stokes looking considerably slimmer, an appearance that had not been seen previously. And the clip was released to showcase England's new Castor kits across all three formats. And the City Traffic Police has decided to take stricter action against repeat traffic violators as part of efforts to improve road discipline and ease congestion. According to officials, motorcycles of individuals who repeatedly violate traffic rules will be impounded starting Monday. The move is aimed at ensuring compliance with traffic laws and discouraging habitual violations. And Punjab Traffic Police has launched a public awareness campaign urging motorcyclists to install and use indicators, highlighting both safety concerns and financial penalties for violations. And the campaign emphasises that riding a motorcycle without functional indicators can result in a fine of £2,000, while installing indicators costs around Rs 400. According to the awareness material, and lack of indicators increases the risk of accidents and poses a danger to both riders and other road users. And Islamabad. 4 members of a family, including a woman and a teenager, were gunned down in the capital's suburbs, a police official said on Saturday. According to the police official, the incident occurred in a house located in the Jangi Sidon area, adjacent to sectors I-15 and I-18 of Islamabad.
That Palestinians are voting in local elections on Saturday, including the first poll of any kind to be held in Gaza since 2006. Elections are taking place across the occupied West Bank, as well as in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, where Hamas operates.
And at least 7 people were killed in Russian strikes across Ukraine overnight, including 5 in the central city of Dnipro, where officials said an apartment building was hit. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the latest attack lasted practically all night, while rescue workers were still searching for survivors under rubble in Dnipro on Saturday morning. And armed groups have launched coordinated attacks across Mali, including in the capital Bamako, the country's army says. In a statement released on Saturday morning, the military said fighting is ongoing, adding, "Our defence and security forces are currently engaged in repelling the attackers."
That Fitbit has started releasing a new update for its mobile app that changes how its personal health coach works. The update includes changes to fitness plans, coaching tools, daily insights, and sleep tracking. Some features are also being tested through public preview.
And Pakistan Kissan-Ittihad President Khalid Mahmood Khokhar on Friday warned of protests if the government fails to address farmers' demands within 3 days, while calling for the formation of an autonomous commission to investigate losses in the wheat sector. Speaking at a press conference, Khokhar said farmers had suffered losses of around 2,200 billion over the past 2 years, which he attributed to policy failures, low pricing and administrative mismanagement. And Pakistani footballer Tufail Shinwari is being monitored by European club Ferencváros in Hungary, with sources saying the teenager has been recommended by members of the club's scouting network. The 19-year-old attacking midfielder, who currently plays for Karachi United, has emerged as one of Pakistan's most promising young footballers and is now attracting interest from abroad. And Meta-owned WhatsApp is continuing to test new features for Android and iOS users, with the latest in development being notification bubbles for Android. The feature was reported by Way Better Info, which found signs of bubble notifications in the Android version of the app. And Samsung has confirmed that the stable rollout of One UI 8.5 will begin on April 30th, 2026, starting in South Korea for the Galaxy S25 series. International markets, including the US, are expected to begin receiving the update from around May 4, according to a Samsung representative. And tight security arrangements were in place in Islamabad's red zone on Saturday as a high-level Iranian delegation was in town amid intensifying diplomatic activity around the US-Iran conflict. Arakchi arrived in Islamabad late on Friday, carrying Tehran's formal response to proposals conveyed earlier by the US through Pakistan.
Jury selection is to begin on Monday in a high-profile legal battle between billionaire Elon Musk and artificial intelligence AI startup OpenAI, which he accuses of betraying its non-profit mission. The clash in a courtroom across the bay from San Francisco pits the world's richest man against a startup that Musk once backed and now competes against in the booming AI sector. Militants staged attacks in Mali's capital Bamako and in several locations in the interior of the country on Saturday morning, the Mali army said. In an apparently coordinated assault involving multiple groups, 2 loud explosions and sustained gunfire were heard shortly before 6 a.m. GMT near Mali's main military base Kati, outside the capital Bamako, and soldiers were deployed to block off roads in the area, a Reuters witness said.
And in the hypermasculine world of Latin American drug cartels, it is sometimes the women you need to watch. That's how the Mexican military hunted down one of the world's most wanted traffickers, Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera Cervantes, in a daring operation earlier this year that included special forces storming his hideout in Jalisco state.
Gunmen have attacked Mali's capital Bamako and several locations across the country, the army says, in an apparently coordinated assault involving multiple groups. The army on Saturday morning said it was fighting terrorist groups that had attacked army barracks in Bamako and other areas in the military-ruled nation.
And hybrid powertrain unveiled ahead of the 2026 Beijing Auto Show could allow car makers to turn existing electric vehicle platforms into hybrids without carrying out a full redesign. The system, called X-Range C15 Direct Drive, has been developed by Horse Powertrain, a UK-based supplier backed by Renault and Geely. It is designed to fit into current EV architectures, giving automakers a way to build a wider mix of electrified vehicles from the same platform. And the race for the Pakistan Super League PSL 11 playoffs has entered a decisive phase, with 4 teams still battling for the final spot as the league heads into its last round of matches. 3-time champions Islamabad United became the latest side to secure qualification after a convincing 8-wicket win over Hyderabad Kingsmen at National Bank Stadium. And Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, Lenovo, Honor and other smartphone companies in China under the Gold Standard Alliance have announced a new effort aimed at improving Android device performance. The initiative focuses on reducing lag, overheating, random app crashes, and other issues linked to inconsistent memory management across Android phones. And Islamabad. State-run Pakistan LNG Limited (Pehel) has approved a revised bid of 18.4 per million British thermo BTU from Total Energies for delivery between April 27 and 30, while rejecting all other bids. Total Energies had initially bid 1888 per million BTU, but later revised its offer downward to 18.4 following negotiations.
Actor Shan Shahid believes Fahad Mustafa and Humayun Sayed want to stay in their comfort zones. They don't want to challenge their craft. He made the remarks while discussing the state of the country's entertainment industry on the show Rise and Shine on Friday. And
Gul Plaza's 3 facades were clearly damaged in the stage 2 and 3 January 18 fire which killed 70 people, but when a building inspector came afterwards, he held back. It was impossible to go inside, he said, and the heat was too intense, even after 2 days. That same month, one after another, 3 other market fires erupted in Karachi, and intensifying the feeling of anger and helplessness that the city had turned into a tinderbox because of years of neglect. The bodies just keep piling up, the preventable deaths from urban negligence, fires, open manholes, and building collapses, electrocution, rains, bad road design, all speak to the systemic weakening of Karachi. At least 300 have been reported in newspapers so far in 2026 by rough count, and many of these deaths are evidence of the failure of vertical expansion of informality. You cannot allow floor upon floor, shop upon shop, and to be slowly added to urban spaces and infrastructure that was never designed to support such density in the first place. And Palestinians in central Gaza and the occupied West Bank have begun voting in municipal elections, the first local vote held since the Israel's genocidal war on Gaza. Polling stations opened at 7 a.m., Zoforkotting GMT, on Saturday for 70,000 eligible voters in Gaza's Deir el-Balah area, the first electoral exercise in the besieged enclave in 20 years. And overnight Russian attacks in 8 regions of Ukraine have killed at least 5 people and wounded 30 others. Ukrainian officials say the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro was hardest hit, with more than 20 people reported wounded, including a 9-year-old and 2 police officers, according to a Telegram statement from Ukraine's national police. And Dubai Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum posted an Instagram poll that featured 4 major camera phones. The lineup featured the Leica Lights phone, iPhone 17 Pro Max, Vivo X300 Ultra, and Oppo Find X9 Ultra. All of these smartphones are widely seen as serious contenders in the premium camera phone range. And the government has increased petrol and diesel prices by 26.77 per litre, driven partly by higher taxes on petrol to meet fiscal targets under the International Monetary Fund programme. The latest revision pushed petrol price to 393.35 per litre from Rs 366.58, while high-speed diesel was raised to 380.19 from 353.42 per litre for the week ending May 1.
That Palestinians in the West Bank and a central area of Gaza began voting on Saturday in municipal elections in the first vote since Israel's deadly invasion of Gaza, marked by a narrow political field and widespread disillusionment. Nearly 1.5 million people are registered to vote in the Israeli-occupied West Bank, as well as 70,000 people in Gaza's Deir el-Balah area, according to the Ramallah-based Central Elections Commission.